Hey, Kentuckiana, good morning to you. 6 a.m. here on your Thursday, and we're glad you're joining us.
Grace and Jim with you on WHAS11 and on WHAS11 Plus. We're stuck in a summertime pattern, but we have a new face to talk about it as well. Matthew Willoughby joining us here on GMK. Matthew, let's head on over to you with, well, I mean, same old, it seems.
Yeah, really same old, honestly, with the same summertime pattern we're seeing out there for you. So, yeah, overall, yeah, likely going to be another day of some showers and storms out there. And some of those could be on the stronger end. But just for now, we do have a beautiful view of downtown as we start to see that sunrise. Temperatures right now across the Louisville Metro, 71 in the PRP, downtown 75 degrees, Sellersburg at 72 degrees. We widen the picture out. Most spots starting to warm up just into the mid to lower 70s for the start of this morning. And overall, looking at some of those weather headlines, we do have some strong storms possible for today, and some of our eastern counties, including Shelby County, are under a flash flood watch for this morning. We're talking a seasonable heat wave on the way for next week. Look at that max HD radar. Overall, all nice and clear across the board. Just a few showers and storms just north of our area of Bedford. But as we look at those current alerts, yeah, we are seeing, like I said, that flash flood watch out there for most of our areas. Eventually, we'll get this populated for you. But yeah, still seeing flash flood watches for places like Shelby County, and also a heat advisory for areas into Evansville, just west of our area. So overall, as we look at the next 12 hours, we'll warm up into the mid to upper 80s. And that was what's ahead. Like I said, we do have those strong storms possible as we head towards this afternoon and likely into Friday morning. Now let's get a look at that traffic for us as we head towards today. Overall, looking ahead for your morning commute here, all green across the board on all interstates and highways. So make sure you're careful on your morning commute. We'll send it back over to you, Grace and Jim.
Thank you very much, Matthew. Now we move on to our top story this morning and new this morning. Misty Knoll, the estranged wife of former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll, is asking for a new judge in her case.
New motions filed by Knoll come less than 2 weeks after she pleaded guilty to theft and tax evasion. She was sentenced to 6 years in the Indiana Department of Corrections custody, a year and a half behind bars, and 4.5 on probation. Knoll is now asking the court to remove Judge Larry Medlock from the case, citing bias against herself and her family. Medlock recently scheduled a hearing to set aside Misty Knoll's guilty plea and called to send her case to trial after Medlock said he watched an interview Knoll did with another Louisville TV station. Medlock said that interview contradicted statements made in court about her guilt, saying she, quote, told the world that she did not knowingly and intentionally commit the crime of theft.
Now, in the new court filings, Knoll claims that Medlock cannot be impartial in this case. She cites Medlock's behavior during Jamie Knoll's sentencing, including when he broke his gavel, slamming it so hard, and his actions at the Knoll family car auction. WHAS11 reported auctioneers brought Medlock on stage to swing a gavel, making the final sale.
Knoll is also asking for the hearing Medlock called for to be remanded or not held. The filing argues Knoll was not under oath when she talked with that Louisville TV station. Finally, Knoll is calling for Medlock's contempt order to be dismissed. Her estranged husband, Jamie Knoll, was convicted of stealing taxpayer money last October. He's currently serving a 12-year prison sentence.
Now we turn to safety on the busy 2nd Street Bridge, which you can see behind us, cars traveling across right now, as thousands of them will do just today.
Yeah, and for the first time yesterday, folks who use the bridge met with both Louisville and Southern Indiana officials about its dangers. WHAS11's Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Aspen Hester learned speed is a top concern.
More than 20,000 cars drive across the toll-free 2nd Street Bridge every day. A more dangerous drive across the Ohio River, but a free one.
People just go too fast for whatever reason, and they don't look out for their own safety, let alone the safety of the other people on the bridge.
Speeding, the #1 concern for many Kentuckiana residents who take the 2nd Street Bridge, like William Reedy.
Unfortunate disregard kind of for other motorist safety.
A growing concern, so Indiana State Representative Wendy Dantchesser brought residents and city officials from both sides of the river to talk about the safety of the bridge.
We certainly want to minimize fatalities and accidents, first and foremost. Safety is, if you can't be safe, then nothing else really matters.
Representative Dan Chesser said that people began sounding the alarm after the terrifying moments last March when semi-truck driver Sidney Thomas crashed and dangled over the bridge for 40 minutes before being rescued. And just over the past 3 weeks, 2 people have died in crashes on the bridge. Officials say speed is the factor for both. Some solutions mentioned in the forum include directing larger vehicles like semis into other routes, increasing speed enforcement, and going from 4 lanes down to 3, which has already been tested.
When the semi ran off the bridge last year, we dropped a lane. We went down to 3 lanes, and to the best of my knowledge, there were no accidents on that bridge.
Because the 2nd Street Bridge is owned by the state, any changes to the bridge have to be approved by the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
2 states divided by a river, but coming together to find a solution for the bridge that connects them. Alex Dieterer, WHAS11 on your side.
Representative Dan Chesser said the meeting was a way to start documenting what people want improved, and more discussions need to happen. Meanwhile, the scheduled closure and maintenance of I-65 in downtown has been postponed because of impending weekend weather. The closure was planned so crews could replace bridge joints along Hospital Curve to improve safety, prevent recurring potholes, and reduce the need for future maintenance closures. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet did not say when the closure and maintenance will be rescheduled.
Louisville health officials are warning people may have been exposed to the measles while shopping at a Kroger on Dixie Highway earlier this month. On Tuesday, Mayor Craig Greenberg announced this was the city's first confirmed case of measles this year. Now, the health department and Kroger say that anyone who visited that Kroger location or the little clinic there between 9:15 a.m. and noon on July 9th may have been exposed to measles. The department and grocery store are still conducting contact tracing out of an abundance of caution. The CDC says that getting vaccinated is the most important tool for preventing measles. The CDC recommends kids get 2 vaccine shots, one between 12 and 15 months and another between the ages of 4 and 6 before those kids enter school.
We now know the cause of death for a Hart County boy with autism who disappeared this week. The county coroner confirmed 5-year-old Silas Shearer died by drowning. Shearer first wandered away from his Cub Run, Kentucky home early Tuesday. He then became the subject of Kentucky's very first Ian Alert, meant to notify surrounding communities of a missing child with special needs who could be in danger. Kentucky State Police tell us no foul play is suspected in his death. And KSP has also identified the trooper who was shot in Sunday's violent string of events in Lexington that left 2 women dead. KSP says Trooper Jude Remelian, a 3-year veteran of the department, remains in the hospital and is considered stable. KSP is leading the investigation, which remains ongoing.
This morning, a historic college building is getting a new life after it was closed for 8 years. The Beauregard College of Art and Music was the first fine art school for African-American students here in Louisville, which opening up in the early 20th century. The school itself closed back in 2017. Louisville Metro government announced a grant to fix up the property in 2021 so that it could again become a valuable community asset and continue the original intent of the building to create art and music spaces for kids. The ribbon cutting is this morning at 10:30, where former students and the public will get a chance to see that building.